Hi everyone, today we're looking at joining dual carriageways, motorways from slip roads and how to change gears, when we should be changing the gears. Firstly, just needs you to understand on how the gears actually work in a car and what speeds we should be looking for. So to make this really simple, when you look at your gear stick or what gears you need, just add a 0 onto that gear number, and that's when you should be changing the gear. So if you're moving away and you're in first gear, add a 0. Once you hit 10 mile an hour, then it's second gear. Once you're in second gear, when you hit 30 mile an hour, it's third gear. So first gear 10, second gear 20, third gear 30, fourth gear 40, fifth gear 50 plus. When you're slowing back down, you can slow it down to half the speed of what the gear is when you've changed it. So if you're doing 50 mile an hour in fifth gear, then you can slow it right down to 25 mile an hour before you need to change that gear. But what I recommend is always try and go start the gear change 5 mile an hour higher than what the gear wants to do, so there's no struggling. The car doesn't start to judder when you're doing it. So if you're coming off a dual carriageway onto a slip road and you're in fifth gear, you can slow it all the way down to 25 mile an hour before you need to think about it. But what I'd recommend is once you get to about 30 mile an hour, then decide what gear you're going to need. So if you can see that the traffic is moving freely and you don't have to stop for anything, then I go into third gear, because I've got it down to 30, so 3 being third gear, 30 mile an hour. So we're just looking to try and balance those speeds. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move away in a second, and we're going to be joining a motorway, the M4 motorway, where we will be going. I think it's from a 40 to a 70 mile an hour road, so national speed limit road. And I'm going to talk you through how I actually change gears and how I decide what I'm actually doing when I do it. Then a little bit further on in the video, it's going to be coming off the dual carriageway motorway. So you got to remember now as well is when you're coming up the slip road, you need to try and match the speeds of the vehicles who are already on the main carriageway. So if you're on a joining a national speed limit road, then we need to try and get the speed up to at least 60, 65 where possible. So if it's the case of that it's a very short slip road, I might decide to use a lower gear just to give me a little bit more push, and then change the gear later on. So you are able to take the speed above what I just said. And this is where your rev counter comes in. So as long as your rev counter is showing a white number with a needle, the car is happy doing what it's doing. Obviously, if you're in first gear doing 6,000 revs, it's going to get a bit light on the steering because the front end's going up. So you don't want to be doing that. But when you're actually joining these dual carriageways, you need to look at the length of the slip road. If it's a short slip road, you might want to hold third gear just to get the power up, to get your speed up. If it's a really long slip road, then you might decide that you want to go into fourth and fifth before you actually join the carriageway. But also remember that you have to give way to the traffic already on that carriageway. So you make sure that you're matching the speed and then you're merging in with them. Use the whole length of the slip road. So when you're coming off, come off at the earliest point. So you're getting out of the way of the traffic on the main carriageway. So now you can control your speed a little bit earlier. And when you're joining, come on at the very last point. So it gives vehicles who are already on the carriageway time to move out your way if it's safe for them to do it. If it's not safe for them to do it, and you can see that you can't join that carriageway without slowing them down, then you need to slow down to let them go past first. So we're going to move away from here, and I hope this video just gives you a bit of a better understanding of what we need to do. So as I come out of here now, we're going to be joining a dual carriageway from a roundabout, and it's a 50 mile an hour road straight away. So I'm just going to talk through the gear. So I'm in second gear already. I'm going to hold second gear. I'm doing 15 mile an hour. So I'm between that 10 and 20 mile an hour. So I'm going to hold second. So when I leave this road now, I need to start to get my speed up a little bit. But the traffic lights up ahead are saying red, so there's no major rush now to actually move away. So I'm just going to bring it out in first gear and then come straight back off the gas pedal, so the gear is slowing me down. Wait patiently at the traffic lights, no rush, give yourself time. So because we're on a dual carriageway, if you stay in the left-hand lane, you can build your speed up gradually. If somebody wants to go around you, let them go around you. But while you're practicing this, make sure you're staying in the left-hand lane. So just above 10 mile an hour, so I'm changing into second. Just above 20, so I'm changing into third. Now I'm going to pick my speed up. So I'm going to take it to about 40 mile an hour now, just to build my speed up. And then I'm going to go for fourth gear. So I'm doing 43 mile an hour on a 50 road. So I've picked my speed up nicely. And I have got a roundabout coming up in a minute, so I'm going to talk about a block change in a minute if I need it. And a block change is where you're jumping around the gearbox. You're not going 4, 3, 2, 1. You might decide to go from fourth to second, fourth to first, things like that. So I'm just going to keep driving now. I'm doing 50 mile an hour. So when I just tip 50 mile an hour, I'm just doing 49 now, so I'm going to put into fifth gear. Now with these modern cars, these 3-cylinder engine cars, if you drop the speed, you may have to drop the gear as well. So make sure that you are controlling your speed and you're not dropping it too much. So we're in fifth gear at the moment, and I can see the roundabout sign coming up. So I'm not going to go through all the gears unless I need to. And at the roundabout, I am going to be going straight ahead. So I've got the first warning for the roundabout, 400 yards. I'm going to check behind. Now I can see the sign to tell me where straight ahead is, and then I can see another sign to tell me the road layout. So I need the middle lane. So I'm coming off the gas now. The car's slowing down naturally. So I'm in fifth gear, so I'm going to get it down to 30 mile an hour. While I'm still braking, I'm going to pick second gear so the clutch is back up at 20 mile an hour. And then I'm just going to roll around the roundabout. Mirrors and signals to come off. I'm going to pick my speed back up, so I'm just above 20, so I'll pick third. And then I've got the motorway coming up. So roundabout sign again. I need to change lanes, so it's mirrors. Check my blind spot as well to make sure that everything's safe. And I'm going back into a 40 zone, so I'm going to leave it in third gear. Gentle braking, so I can slow this car right down to 15 mile an hour now, but I'm going to put the clutch down just as it drops below 20. So now I can pick first gear to go again. We don't need to go through every single gear. We just need to make sure that it's correct for what we're actually doing. So I'm going to move away. And we're going on the M4 East. So I'm just going to follow my lane. Road's starting to push me out, so I'm just following my lane. Traffic lights, still in third gear, I'm doing 26 mile an hour. And I'm coming off at this exit of the roundabout. So because it's an uphill incline, I'm going to leave it in third gear this time. Car in front's not going quite fast enough, so I'm going to leave it in third gear, picking my speed up, 46. I can see it's a long slip road, but because this vehicle in front is not picking its speed up, I'm going to leave it in third. Now everything's starting to move out of my way, so I'll pick fourth, and now I'm up to 54 mile an hour. So if the vehicle in front now wasn't going so slow, I'd be coming up that slip road probably about 60, 65. And I'm going to change lanes. Now I'm going to change it into fifth because I'm above 50, 60 mile an hour. And then as soon as I get past this vehicle, I'm going to come back in our default driving position when driving on a motorway or dual carriageways, the left-hand lane. So when I can see that vehicle now in the rear view mirror, it's just come into view, I'm going to check my left mirror, left signal, left blind spot, and come back in. And just merge back in with the lane. Don't turn. The higher the speed you go in, the less you want to turn the wheel. So we just drift into position. So up ahead now, I can see that there's a lorry. The lorry's going to be doing a maximum of 60 mile an hour. So I'm starting to think about an overtake now. So mirrors, signal, blind spot. I'm just going to lean forward as well, just in case it's something I've missed. So I'm already overtaking the lorry. Again, once I come past the lorry, I'm going to wait till I see him in the rear view mirror first, and then check my side mirror. So I'm doing exactly 70 mile an hour. And I can see there's another lorry up ahead as well. So normally what I do now is I'd stay in this lane, but I'm going to come back in just to show what we do. So I can see the lorry, check, drift. So what I was saying then is, because I can see the next lorry, because I've got to come back out again if I maintain 70 mile an hour, I could have just stayed in that right hand lane. But I just wanted to show what we do for the overtake. So again, I'm starting to catch it up now. So mirrors, signals, blind spot, final check, and I'm into position. Just stay nice and central with your lane. Try not to drift, because if there is vehicles around you, it might think that you want to change lanes. So try and keep it nice and central. Center of the wheel with the center of the lane, or with your hands on the wheel. Just make sure that your hands are not touching either line, or they're just inside the lines. So because I'm catching up on this ambulance, I'm going to stay in this lane now, because his point is pulling back in and then pulling back out. So when we're coming off on a slip road, we need to be coming off at the very, very beginning of that slip road where possible, to make sure that everything's safe. So I can see the sign now, half a mile ahead. We got the turning for the slip road. So I'm going to have to come in behind this lorry. So I'm making sure I'm just easing off the gas, so I don't be hitting the brakes too hard, just gentle brakes. And now we're going to have the countdown markers, 3, 2, 1. So 300 yards, 200 yards, 100 yards. I'm not pressing the gas pedal at the moment. I'm down to 54 mile an hour now. So mirrors, signals. I'm going to come off at the earliest point, and I'm going to be going left at the end of the slip road. So I'm going to start to brake on the incline to get my speed down to about 40 for what's in front of me. And as I go back into the dip, I'm going to go for third gear, so fifth to third, clutch back up. So now the car can slow itself down now to 15. Now I'm going to go for second. because the car's under 20 mile an hour. And now I do my mirrors and signals. So as you can see now, we don't have to go through every single gear when we're actually slowing down. We just, the way the roadcraft book explains it is that you pick the speed you want, then you pick the gear for that speed, and then you steer for what is up ahead. You don't unnecessarily change gears when you don't need to. It's a busy roundabout. And just building my speed up. So third gear, so speed, gear, steer. Straight road, speed, gear, steer. So I hope this video has helped you a little bit with how to deal with slip roads, that's joining a main carriageway or coming off a main carriageway, whether it's a dual carriageway or a motorway. Remember with slip roads, if you're on a motorway, the slip roads at the end, there's always going to be a junction on that slip road. It's very rare it's not. There are instances where there are, but 9 times out of 10 there'll always be some sort of junction at the ends of the slip road. With the dual carriageway, the junction can be in the middle of the dual carriageway. So I hope this video has helped you a little bit with the gear changing on slip roads, how to join a motorway, dual carriageway, how to exit using the slip roads, and hope to see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.